you guys? It is Mary.
And Alma.
We invite you to like,
Share,
subscribe,
and comment.
down below, y'all, because today we are going to be talking about Tyre Nichols. Is that his name?
Nichols.
Nicholas. We have already done Nichols. We have already done a video on it.
Yes.
But I want to quickly come on here for 5 minutes and say this, and I'm not going to say nothing else. I personally believe that a lot of people are kind of confused with this whole thing when it comes to what do we blame this on.
Yeah.
Like somebody is
I don't
obviously
think they're confused. I think that a lot of people are trying to be politically correct.
right.
And I also think a lot of people are on purpose trying to not talk about
The elephant in the
this
room.
was a black on black crime.
It was absolutely a black on black crime, and honestly,
Which is rampant in our community.
It's
in the black
it's
community.
rampant as well, and also police brutality is as well. But if we're being honest, can we literally sit here and say that we have been seeing a police killing a black man every single day? No, we can't say that.
Like
but
a black police
like-
killing a black man.
or a white man killing a
I've
black
never
man.
heard of it since I have been in America. I've never heard of a black police officer beating a black man to death.
I have not.
I actually
I
have
have
never
not seen
heard of
police brutality like on an everyday basis against black people. What I have seen is black men going around killing black men, killing black women, their baby mothers, and then also killing children. So black on black crime, I have seen that every single day. I have not seen something as horrible as what has happened with George Floyd happen since.
Yeah.
Like for real, for real. Like I haven't seen something on that level. I feel like this is about to get to that level.
Yeah.
But the issue is
yes.
we have this whole thing should have never actually happened.
Yeah.
The reason why it should not have happened is because before these grown black men were police officers, they were black. They were black men in America. As being that you are a black man in America, you know what black men go through with police and the brutality that they face. So you seen another black man stopping him for a traffic stop. It should not have escalated to the point where you are beating him and killing him. You should have had empathy first.
Yes.
For your black brother. It should have never gotten to this point. We can't actually blame this on racism, but we can blame it on self-hatred. And it seems like everybody is like not trying to actually talk about the elephant in the room. And it's that this is a black on black crime. These people were officers. They should have seen their black brethren and been like, whatever happened, even if he said something slick or whatever, this is not going to get to a point where we beat and we kill him senselessly. All of you men were about 1,000 pounds above, like 1,000 pounds bigger. Collectively,
We just finished listening to his mom.
Exactly, he was
150
150
pounds.
All of you guys together ganging up on him like this was some street brawl was absolutely ridiculous. This
It wasn't
was
a
a
street
black
brawl because he was already restrained.
exactly already
He was
restrained
punkish,
completely.
It was evil.
It was
an
very
act of treason.
Yes.
Because you did it against your own.
Absolutely.
It was an act of treason. If you were in other countries, there's a way that they deal with people who do treason.
But it was
Like
a
it's
black
just-
on black crime before it was a police brutality thing.
Yeah.
Because before they went and did what they did, they should have looked at him as another black man and been like, we're going to have some self-control and not do this
Empathy.
at all.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
this should have never happened.
Yeah.
Like, people have to actually address that.
Yeah.
And black men have to address it as well. We cannot sit down here and enable them and act like, oh, race does not matter. It absolutely matters.
Yeah.
Because as a black man, you should all have empathy for your brethren. We are black in America. We have been through struggles, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And you should not have taken it that far.
Yeah.
He's a human being first. You're black next. Your occupation is after that.
Yeah.
So everybody's saying, oh, it's about police brutality. No, this is a black on black crime. And
That's
black
what it
on black
is.
crime is something that is very prevalent in the black community.
Yeah.
Black men stay terrorizing the community, doing all types of horrible shit. And the thing is, all this black on black crime stems into other things in society. That's why we are less than the Asians, because they're not focused on building up their community. They're more focused on self-hatred and bringing it down and connecting with anything that is not black. That is the issue. And that's why when things happen in the black community or bad stuff happens against black people, most of the time a lot of stuff doesn't happen. You know why? Because we have no strength. Because we have no numbers.
No.
The Hispanics are more than us.
And you treat your own terribly.
You
Look at the way you talk about your
yeah,
women.
exactly.
Look at the way you kill each other. So if you don't have respect for yourself, if you don't have respect for your community,
right,
who the hell is going to have respect for you?
Exactly.
Like, it starts with you. So when you
Exactly.
don't have respect for your own self, your own community, your women, your children, because I mean, who has not seen black men on the television or on YouTube, mostly in social media, just literally
bastardizing their women, insulting women, calling them
women, insulting themselves, insulting the children.
I mean, Meek Mill came
fathers
out with
insulting their children,
not
like
being
literally
there,
cursing them totally out.
And then
we
it's
have
like,
seen that over and over again. And so, why should any other community have respect for you? Why shouldn't they actually even do the same? Black men call themselves the N-word. You give other people a pass to call you the N-word.
oh, you're invited to the cookouts. Oh, you
It's
did that cool
foolishness.
dance on TikTok. You're invited to the cookout. Just stupidity.
Yeah.
Like, you just let anybody into your community. And
Just
then also,
treasonous
my
clowns.
thing is, you
That's what
take
it
your
was.
treason and then you take it to other communities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous. But you
And they
go
have
to
no
another
respect for
community,
you.
but then it's not enough for you to go in peace. No, you have to go and put down black women
Yeah.
and talk about how they are everything but a child of God.
Yeah.
As you skip yourself down the trail
Yeah.
and continue to break up homes and
Yeah.
continue to not be there and continue to spread your sick little seed from woman to woman, creating these broken homes.
Yeah.
So when people see that,
Yeah.
and they also see that you have no numbers, why are they going to respect you? You have no power. You're not about family. You're not really about anything.
You're not about
Why will they
legacy
take you
building.
seriously?
Nothing.
Why will they go and put that? Why would they go and put laws when you don't even take yourself seriously?
Yeah.
You want somebody to have respect for you and take you seriously more than you do for yourself. It don't make sense.
Stop committing acts of treason.
And stop being
committing acts of
terrorists in your
And
own community.
One of the attorneys called this an act of terrorism, and that's what it is.
It is.
It is an act of terrorism.
It's a horrible act.
It is so devastating because it happened. 5 black men terrorized and killed an unarmed, much tinier, even though yes he was taller, but he was slimmer.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at those men, like the mother said, that's like 1,000 pounds, of totality with how much they weigh, beating on this 150-pound man.
And they kept on trying to pull him up, try to get him to sit up and all this stuff. They had
No.
dislocated his neck from his
You had already
spine.
killed him.
You had broken his
You
nose to the
already
point where it
killed
was
him.
an S. His head was swollen. His neck
Yeah.
was swollen.
Oh.
Like the mother said, it was as bad as Emmett Till. That's how senselessly you beat him. And Reverend Al Sharp, you came out here talking about the people were asking him, why did this happen? And he said there's really no explanation for it. There is an explanation for it because we see it every day in the black community.
I was
It's
surprised.
black on
Like,
black
you didn't
crime
say anything
and it's
about
self-hatred. It's self-hatred and black on black crime. It's very
But it's
easily
like,
explained, but no one wants to hold black men accountable for the shit that they do.
Yeah.
You guys want to bury your head in the sand as if it does not happen. Until people start to take accountability, that's the only way that the black community can actually start to rise. And do not come and talk to me about black issues in America until you fix what you have to fix in-house.
What
It
you have
starts in-house.
destroyed.
Yes. The
And
problem,
don't call the women to come and help you.
no,
help
the
yourself.
poison
you're the one
is
who destroyed
in-house.
it.
The poison is not the white
Yeah.
people. It's not this. It's not that. It starts from in-house.
Yep.
It starts in-house. That's the worst poison first. You have to address that.
starts with a
Not
black
saying
man
that white
at this
supremacy
point.
is in there and racism in there. It's horrible as well. But you have to also address the racism within your own community, which is colorism as well. And
Yeah.
self-hatred.
Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah.
Okay? This should have never happened.
Yeah.
This was an all black on black crime.
I know.
And we see it every day in the hood. But now we're not even just in the hood,
Now
but
it
just
was-
in
it was
society
a
in general.
black
But
men
now
who have a badge.
who have a badge. So don't think that just black on black crime just happens because there's gangs and there's violence. No, black on black crime happens because of self-hatred. It can be in the face of somebody who's a judge. It can be in the face of someone who's a lawyer. It can be in the face of someone who's a doctor. It can be anybody.
We saw it with the DA, which we'll be talking about, the one who went around cursing out dark-skinned women.
Yes,
Thank God
that
he has
DA.
been he has resigned.
And then
We'll
also
talk
that
about
chef
later.
who
That was
also
him.
was going.
That's the one.
Yes,
we're talking
that
about.
DA who went around talking about dark skinned women this, dark skinned women
Yeah,
that,
and we'll talk about that in another video.
all of that.
Yeah.
Black on black crime is not just physical, it's emotional, it's verbal, it's spiritual, it's a everyday thing.
Yeah.
And it can even be you going out or whatever. You see some black woman out there and you decide, oh, I'm just going to bully her today. It can be you not treating your mother well, or you just hating on your baby mother just because she exists.
Yeah.
Black on black crime happens every single day, even in small acts that you do every day.
Yeah.
You have to look yourself in the mirror and address it,
Yeah.
and not look to women to blame.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Or look to the police as a group. As this
Now
is the
race
reason-
doesn't matter. Race doesn't
all of
matter.
a
Why?
sudden,
Because now it's a
race
black on black
doesn't matter.
crime. No, race matters,
Yeah.
because this should have never happened, because they were all
This is
black.
not-
They
yeah,
should have
at
had
this
empathy
point-
for their black brother
Yeah.
first. That's what's really sad here. They
yeah.
went and they beat up that man who's only 150 pounds. These big ass, bald headed bandits
Terrorists.
went and killed
Yeah.
this man,
Yeah.
literally a block from his home,
Terrorists.
as he
That's what they
called
were.
his mother's name out.
Yeah, 3
And
times.
y'all don't want to address that? It should have never happened because they're black. They should have had empathy. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
He's a human being.
Just doing
His
the right
occupation is last.
Yeah.
He came out of a black woman.
Yeah.
They were all black before they committed this crime.
Yeah. They were black before they were police officers.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's all I have to say.
Good for you.
Y'all need to actually wake
Address
up
it.
and address it. Let's
Yeah.
not be stupid here. Let's not be stupid.
Well, let's see what President Obama will say.
Yes.
I know the last time. I mean, yes, I know he's not black.
He is not
biracial.
our first black president. He is the first
I mean,
biracial
we've
president.
Never had a black president.
We never had a
He's
black
biracial.
president.
But
Okay.
let's see what he's going to say. Last time he did talk to black men and say that they need to step up as fathers. Let's see if he will address this elephant in the room. Because I was very disappointed with Reverend Al Sharpton.
It goes back to what I said in the other video where
I
they
was
have
expecting
nothing
him
to offer.
I was expecting him to say, black men have been killing in their community. There's been black on black crime. We're seeing it, and now we're just seeing it happen now, where these are officers, but it's black on black crime. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
This is just
It
atrocious.
is
Like the
rampant
Yeah.
in the black community. It is rampant. It is rampant. So,
I mean, we see it every
Well
day
said.
about black
Well
men
said.
killing their baby mothers, slaughtering their children,
Yeah.
and then killing other
but
black
it's like
men.
everyone is trying to change.
Just like
this
Nipsey Hussle,
narrative.
he was there. He had his little shop there in
built
the
a mall
hood.
in the
He
hood.
went, tried to build that community. They go and they shoot him
And
as
a
he's
black
there.
man killed Nipsey.
Yes, a black man killed Nipsey. Same thing with Martin Luther. Well, anyway, I don't know who
Not
killed
Martin
him.
Luther King, but
But wasn't it Malcolm X?
Malcolm X was killed.
It
by
was a black man.
Yeah.
Black on black crime.
Black on black.
Black on black crime needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Really. God is letting all you fools be exposed. All you bandits be exposed.
Yeah.
Stop embarrassing yourself and start having some goddamn accountability.
Yeah. And like the mother said, it is she feels sorry for the officers. I mean, really good on her. She has a heart of gold, and that just shows the kind of heart she had, probably the kind of heart her son had. But they have you've destroyed your family, and actually they don't care. These men have done it before. Like I said,
One of them had actually
he had beat an inmate. He was
inmate.
a correctional officer, beat an inmate to convulsion.
where he's like
And
spazzing or whatever.
What I think about is, the mother talks about their families and how this has disgraced their families. I wouldn't be surprised if these men are abusers in their families.
I wouldn't be
abusing
shocked
their
either.
wives and their children and abusing their mothers and their parents. I will not be surprised
no.
because you cannot be this brutal, this heinous, commit this monstrosity, and not be doing it when the doors are closed and it's just you and your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like that attorney said, this was terrorism. And
Yeah.
terrorism happens in our community.
Every day.
And it's black men terrorizing the community. and committing acts of treason over and over and over again. And they get a slap on the wrist, and that's it. But a lot of times, it's not reported, and, it may not be addressed, because at the end of the day, when you, as the man in a community, do not respect yourself, do not respect your community, do not love your community, and you put down the members in your community, there is no one else out there who's going to respect you either.
Yeah.
They just won't. So I know the other thing, I think it was Reverend Al saying, this stuff has happened so quickly. If it was white officers, maybe they wouldn't be. At this point, honestly, to tell you the truth, let me just say something. I don't want to hear about any other race officers. I don't want to hear about white officers. I don't even want to hear about the police department.
Yeah.
I don't. Because this has nothing to do with that. It really doesn't. These are 5 black men who killed 1 black man who was restrained in handcuffs. The father said they kicked his head like a football. And I saw, kick the head, kicked it back, his head went like that. I saw that. And then the other one stumped him as the other one put his foot on his back. And the father said after that they went around bragging amongst each other what they have done, while this guy slumped and then picked him up again and said, "Sit your ass up, motherfucker." After you've beaten him, he was all bloody, all broken. Like really, you've already dislocated his neck. There's that's
why he kept on falling. He was probably already dead.
You didn't care. And then you want to talk about, but the paramedic did not come out of the car or whatever. This woman didn't come out of the car. I'm just thinking,
what does the woman have
you
to
have
do with that?
all these people that, at this point, we just need to focus where it is. And I'm just still waiting. I'm still waiting for a black man to come out and say exactly what this is. Because
they ain't gonna do it.
It
Why would
seems
they
as
do
though
it?
there's this dancing around.
No one wants to. They don't want to be
This
accountable.
dancing around in the narrative, with the media. This dancing around, police, department.
I don't know what it was. It can't be explained.
And even President Biden, they said, came out. I didn't hear the speech, but apparently he came out and he was like, every time, a black man or a brown person is, they meet a police, it ends up in their death or something. This was President Biden. I know you want black people to go vote for you.
No one's probably voting.
But you know something, at the end of the day, just tell the truth. They're not going to be upset with you, because I am sure there are some black people. You cannot tell them they're not black people thinking the same way that we're thinking.
Yeah.
That black men
went and murdered another black man.
Killing. I mean, there was a whole film done, Menace to Society. And I remember that time there was an uproar. It was almost 30 years ago. But black men, truly, and yes, it's not all black men. We see some amazing black men right here in Tanzania from America doing some amazing things here.
And we have amazing black men in our own family as well. I have uncles,
But I bet, the way we're thinking, there are probably a whole bunch of black people thinking the same thing.
Absolutely.
Black men have been terrorizing their community, committing acts of treason. This is treason. If you were in any other country, probably, I don't know, stuff will be happening. Just imagine. I don't even want to say this on YouTube. But this is an act of treason. Like the attorney said, this is an act of terrorism. And you know what happens to terrorists? But this is what's going on in our community. And
no one wants to call a spade a spade. They want to look at the spade and want to call it a king.
At some point.
Some dusty bandits that has nothing to offer.
Yeah.
They're kings. No, they have been terrorists in the goddamn community.
And stop being a victim. At some point.
You're not a victim.
Black men have to hold black men accountable, or this issue will continue over and over and over and over again. I just want to say again, sorry. I'm so sorry to the mom, to the
It's
dad,
so heartbreaking.
who had to
Go through that.
go through this. The mom said that she was having stomach pains, probably around the time that her son was passing away.
And she said
She
she
had
was
this
feeling the
stomach pains and
pain
she
he
was
was going through
crying.
as he was dying.
Yes, she was feeling the pain
In her
stomach.
womb.
It was in her womb. Oh, it was just bad. It was
Yeah,
just
mom
bad.
was crying.
Yeah.
It was just
So
very
wanna say
heartbreaking and
sorry
sad that
again
this even
to
happened.
yes.
It should have never happened.
It
That's
never
the
should
point of this
have, yeah.
video. This should have never ever happened because these were all black men, and
Yeah.
that was the first thing that should have connected all of them.
Yeah.
That's what should have stopped them from doing any type of
Yeah.
treason or any type of harmful act. Even if you have these abusive tendencies, you should have looked at your black brother in and had some self-control and been like, no.
No. Well, that's what happens. You know,
I know they're abusive at home.
that
I'm
these
sure they
men
are.
If you go and look under the hood, these men have committed some serious acts because it just seems as though God just lifted the cover
Yeah.
and was just like, you need to be locked away like the monsters that you are. They have done, and apparently they're in some kind of squad together. Like when they move to go do whatever it is that they do, they move together.
Probably doing crazy stuff out in the
Crazy
streets.
stuff, covering it up. They had the nerve to go to his parents' home, Tyre's parents' home, to try to ask the mom, oh, we have to pepper spray your son because he was trying to run and does he, he had so much energy, it was so hard to put him in handcuffs.
And you know what,
We had to
even that's
tase him.
odd because the thing is you don't actually...
Was he on drugs? Because you know why? They want to plant something on him because they're trying to do a police report. And so they want to write down, talk to the mother. And the mother said he was on drugs. Now we understand because he was also very drunk and tried to hit us or whatever.
The
But the
thing
mom
is,
was
it's
like, he doesn't
very
drink
odd.
like that.
It's very odd because,
Yeah.
typically when police officers are going to deliver news,
Mm-hmm.
they don't go to inquire, like, weird information.
Yeah.
Like, if he was, like, already drinking and was on drugs, you would just say, I detained your son or whatever. He is in jail.
Yeah.
You can go to the police
But it's
department to
very
find out what's
suspect
going on or
that
whatever.
the very police that tased him, killed him, went to the house.
I wonder if the mom
But
noticed
went
that they
to
had
the
blood on
house,
their hands or anything.
Went to the house in their black skin, right? As if they are some kind of brethren, Hey, yeah, we met you, saw your son, and I know we have to pepper spray him, And they are feeling like she will kind of loosen up because they're black also, and say, oh, yeah, he has been having these problems, whatever.
I'm sorry, most of the
But
time it's your
no.
own damn people.
Yeah,
Most of the time that's the case.
The mom, and first of all, no, he wasn't into drugs. He doesn't drink like that. So the mom was very, very, probably a very spiritual woman.
Yeah.
It was like her mind going like, something is not right about this whole thing. But can you imagine the audacity?
You know what? That's
fucking
going to
gall.
haunt. That's
This
going
man
to
went
haunt that
to
mom.
the house. Hey.
My thing is that's going to haunt
Devils,
the mom
man.
for the rest of her life.
Devils.
I looked my son's killers
Murderers.
in their eyes.
yeah.
That's going to haunt her. It's going to haunt her.
Came
She
to the
apparently
house.
has not watched the video. The father did.
Yeah.
She
She just watched the first, like when he said, why are you talking? And I saw how they grabbed him, went in the car, just grabbed him. Like they were going, this is what they do. This squad, they call it a squad, they are effing gang bandits. They are abusers. They're the worst kind of heinous monsters. And they have been committing crimes in the black community. I can only imagine what they have done to young women they stop.
Yeah.
Young women in who are incarcerated.
Yeah.
They beat that man to convulsion. Can you imagine the things that they have done, and then they cover it up? The stuff that they have planted when they,
Yeah.
plant stuff, write their reports. Oh my God. God just removed the cover and was like, all of your asses must go. You all must go. And I hope you get that justice you deserve when your ass is rotten in that jail.
Yeah. It just, the whole thing was just
we
very
will
much so a mess
keep
and
you
just
guys
so sad.
in prayers.
Yeah.
Keeping you all in prayers. Justice will be served. And so I was crying when I saw the CNN with the mom. I kept on clutching my stomach because it's like, that's your child from your womb,
Now they have been, and you never imagine that your child will be murdered like that. You never think they're going to go out of the world like that. Sometimes you don't even think they're going to leave the world before you, let alone in such a horrible, senseless way by their brethren, another black person. That's what's really sad here. Yes, there's police brutality, and most of the time in history, it has been white police officers with police brutality, and we have always said systematic racism and racism as well. But it's different when it's a black man, 5 black men. We've never seen this before. I have never heard of even a black officer killing
and beating them to this point.
A
black man for a traffic stop. I've never heard of it. If you guys have heard of it, let me know. Because sometimes I'm not in the news like that much through the years. I haven't even had television because I was homeschooling. But yeah, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
So I was like in shock when I heard this.
Absolutely. Like it should have never ever happened. It should have never happened. And
but
it's
just hope
so
that,
senseless.
like you said, that elephant in the room.
People have to address it. Like, we cannot be sitting here acting like
because I know
this is
it has
not
to be
real.
More black people who are thinking the same thing. Like,
these black men really did this to another black boy. Like, I know we're not the only ones thinking it.
No. Or the thoughts like, here we go again, black men terrorists, black on black crime. I'm sure it's something that people are thinking. I'm sure.
It's a huge issue in the community. And it's also a huge reason as to why we're probably less than the Asians. The Asians who for years have been having only 1 child per family. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah, they usually don't have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I just wonder how much, and I asked for that data on the other video, how many have black men killed in our community? Just how many?
We're not much.
Millions?
We're not much in America.
Millions? Is it in the tens of millions? Is it in hundreds of millions? Like, how many have they killed? Because it seems like you said, almost on a daily basis.
I just saw a story just yesterday. Like, it's just really ridiculous.
Really, I just choose not to cover those stories.
Yeah.
I see them, the one with that black man who beat and raped his mom. After we did that, I was just like, I cannot do these stories anymore.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like, oh boy, it's just showing us in such a bad light. But this is what's going on in our community, and we can't cover it, certainly not.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what is happening now in the news media. That's mostly white, but I think that they're trying to do it because they're trying to be politically correct, just like the president. You know what I'm saying?
Just like
but
how
they are expecting.
Just like how we are confused by nobody addressing it, the white people are also confused.
I know, but the thing is, they don't want to be the ones to bring it up because then they don't want to be called racist.
And
right?
the thing is, it's actually not for them to actually address it. It's really not.
Black men. It's not even for black women to talk about it.
No.
It's for black men, other black men to come out and point it out. And I am waiting. I am waiting. Who is going to come out and actually say it and say, this is wrong, it has been happening, it needs to stop.
Yeah, that's it. But it's Mary.
And Amma.
We invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment.
Down below your thoughts.
Tyre Nichols family in your prayers.
Keep his mama in your prayers.
Keep them prayed up, his mom, his dad, his family, in your prayers until justice is done.
Yeah.
The same, just as we're doing for Shanquella Robinson as well.
Yeah.